For a message of support, I'd like to ask Mr. Themba Mola to please come on stage. He's the Chief Operations Officer for the Kagiso Trust.
Thank you, Program Director. It is indeed a privilege and an honor for us to be given an opportunity to participate in this August event, the annual Technical Teachers Conference, which is themed Explore, Create, Innovate. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning. I would like to present my message of support by way of making a few remarks. And I think the best place to start is by appreciating the partnership between Kagiso Trust and Sasol Foundation. But I want to locate that partnership within a bigger scheme of things to say that both organizations for many years have supported the vision of the Department of Basic Education in many respects. And we have invested extensively in public schooling to assist the problems that are confronting government. In other instances, we could not even wait, but started on our own because we appreciated the intractable crisis we see in many poor public schools and the stubborn, very difficult problems that are embedded in many of our rural schools. And we have implemented programs which have resulted in a lot of people coming from rural areas to graduate in university and be placed in different sectors or private sector organizations. We've also managed to present to a lot of schools infrastructure that they could have had to wait for many years before they can access that infrastructure. And our programs resonate in many ways. Just 2 weeks ago, we hosted a career day in Sekhukhune, in the hinterland of our country, and invited students from rural areas to travel from their areas into a central point to share with them the options available that they can pursue beyond matric. And coincidentally, Monday this week, Sasol Foundation was hosting a TechnoX exhibition. And this shows the extent that we have always coincided with the different programs that we are implementing. So when this collaboration was proposed, it wasn't a difficulty for us to really look at it with keen interest because we see it as a big solution in expanding the choices availed to our children. Maybe just to give you a sense, in every cycle of 12 years, there is a significant number, about 400 to 500 learners who are unable to transit from grade 1 through to grade 12. They are lost by the system. And this collaboration, we see it as another attempt to ensure that we retain a lot of our learners in the system and give them options. Because unless those options are availed, we'll remain losing these learners who could have been given opportunity. But the three-stream model is quite an interesting approach that has been brought by the department. From the mention of the department, about 60% of schools should be converted into vocational and technical schools. And you might ask, what then does it mean for the majority of schools who are in rural areas who have been really struggling with a bare minimum of infrastructure? Will this ever reach them? And this is where the collaboration becomes very, very important, that we should see to what extent can we speed up that process of ensuring access by a lot more other learners. I think the three-stream model will be explained further during the course of the day in various engagements. But just to mention that it comes at a time when our learners have really lost interest, and the majority of them do not see technical schools as a destination, and some of them have been inclined to pursue academic studies, and unfortunately, along the way, they get lost along the way. And we believe that with a proper promotion, this should assist to begin to mainstream the idea of technical schools among our learners. I hope that as part of the resolutions of the conference, the partnership will explore an opportunity to really engage with private sector and try and achieve an instance of alignment so that the skills we build in technical schools find resonance with private sector companies. We have observed over the years that sometimes when you go and visit some of these technical schools, you come across infrastructure that is being donated by private companies, which is really no longer even used by the private companies themselves. So how then do you create that resonance to make sure that what you establish or what you study in technical schools has a destination? And I know that there is an emphasis of entrepreneurship, and it is in this instance that the entrepreneurship will also provide opportunities. I just want to end my message of support by recalling what one of the Sasol Foundation staffers mentioned, Dr. Malinga said. She said she would find it difficult to understand if she can arrive in any of the technical schools and find that their windows broken, their ablution system doesn't know how to work, or the electricity is disconnected. And I find this statement compelling because it means the people who are in technical schools, for them, they need to exercise their capability whilst at school, even before they exit the system. May I wish the conference all the best luck as they proceed with their different deliberations. Thank you very much. Right. Yes, we did. Yes.
Colleagues, on behalf of all of us at the Sasol Foundation, we welcome you to Johannesburg, the City of Gold, and want to affirm our commitment to the advancement of the quality of education in all the sectors of our society.
I look forward to the debates and deliberations and discussions that will take place over the next 3 days as we work together in sharing knowledge and insights on how to future-proof our current generation.
We are putting an investment in this sector, but we really believe the time has arrived to get what we call an e-educator, and an educator that will promote innovation, and an educator that will ensure that the investment like the one made by Sasol Foundation will be an investment that we can cherish and will be an investment that will change the future.
You are really one of the most important people or professionals in the country, because whether you are an engineer, a doctor, you come from a teacher. So that is very, very important.
The breakaway session yesterday with Dr. Samilani was absolutely wonderful because there was a lot of answers that we got from challenges that we have at school.
You can see us, we are doing practicals, so our skills are enhanced.
All the training that we receive here is excellent. We think we have hands-on and also you can take that back to your schools. It helps the teacher a lot because now he do and he can show.
We have learned a lot, more especially when we're in the workshops at UJ, where we have seen new developments on machinery that they're using.